Blarla. Hello Pips and welcome back to Project Hospital. Welcome back to Hospital Services DLC. You may notice some changes to the hospital back here. Let's not worry about Judy for the moment. Yeah, look, I've been decorating. As you can see here, I've been working on the roofs. What do we think, everybody? I've put in the faux helipad, as you can see here. Hopefully one day we might be able to swap it out for the real deal. And we've got aircon units and vents and stuff. We've got a bunch of satellite dishes on the highest roof of the hospital. I've also been playing a little bit with exteriors because I'm not happy with the exterior of my hospital, but I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with it either. So playing around with different things. As you can see here, we've got like this metal sheeting which I've done in the hospital teal, which seems to be sort of the main hospital colour. I've done a different kind of roofing on the sky paths, and this building, look, I've changed it to sort of this brick and purple thing. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but there we are. That's what it is. Judy is not doing so well at all. Something is going to cause her to collapse if we do not discover what it is. Actually, we should also give her that to see if we can calm that down. Now, one of the things I've changed here is I've actually removed this very top sky bridge. I discovered that there was no real need for it. You know, there's no departments at this end of the sky bridge for it. They might as well go across and then up in order to get to surgeries here. But what I discovered is that the lift has to go to the highest floor that the hospital naturally goes to. So I couldn't remove the top part of the lift, which is mighty annoying. So it still exists, but there's just absolutely no reason for anybody to go up into it, and I've hidden it away in this ghastly looking block. So that was a little bit annoying, but I think I am going to keep it gone, this sky bridge. I think it just looks a little bit better. Less glass, you know, I don't know. It was looking a bit bulky across here. So I think I prefer it with one less. Judy, what have we discovered here? Right, we need to try and whistle this diagnostic list down because this is no good. While we're here, we'll just run some other tests that might help us whittle them down. Now, you can see I've also done some of the garden work. I've been playing around with this idea. So I've got like a little greenhouse indoor garden thing here, as you can see. So that when it is raining, like it is today, the people can come out here and still sit in the garden but not get rained on. Isn't that nice? I thought so. There are lampposts here. Yeah, you can. There they are. But when we go back, of course, it cuts them off. But to try and prevent obstructions of views and stuff like that. It's the same with these tall tree things here. If we turn, you can see they've got in the garden here. So yeah, I haven't done much gardening work before in the game, so you know, just dabbling with it. You can see that I've also worked on sort of bits around here as well. What I'm discovering though is that I probably don't like these sorts of bushes here being up close to the building because they poke through. So probably going to have to look at that and change it a bit. But otherwise, I think it's looking rather nice. Look, I've done like a little tree area back here. So that's coming together quite nicely. What's going on, Judy? Oh, look what we have found. So we've got a tachycardia. Let's give her something to put that to rest. And then we'll look at sorting this out. Let's give her this as well to help her breathe just a little bit easier. So she is getting there. So 3 chances to crash is now down to 1 chance. So we're going to send her to internal medicine and get that cure for her right now. She should be fine. Right, now. And I put in another car park over here. I felt like it was needed. Oh, now we've got Lisa. We don't need to worry about Lisa so much. She'll be fine. she doesn't need our help. Right. Now, another big change that I have made is to this building inside. Yes, I've been messing around with this building, with this ground floor here. So I have completely redone, well, not completely redone, but pretty much completely redone reception here. So we can now much more easily see which reception is which department. It's no joke. It's very, very clear. And I've cleaned up the desks so that we can have... I don't think we're ever going to need more than one receptionist per department. If we do, I can set them up the other side here, but I don't think we will. But we can see here that there's an information point for each department this way. And I've completely rejigged this waiting area, which is still just emergency. But in order to get these receptions right, I needed to get the doors over here for these common rooms. Frank White. Okay. So I had to remove the toilets that were in here. And I've made... Oh, my goodness. My goodness. I have made this one very much a comfortable space for them to come and sit, and this is more of a kitchen space to come and eat. And as you can see here, I've moved the toilets together here. And if we just spin this around here, we can see that we've got the staff sign to say this is a common room, and then we've got signage here to say this is reception. Even out here in the corridor, it's saying over here is reception. That's fine, we know. And I took this window away, and we've put some hospital signage up. I've even been working on the pavements outside just a little bit, just to try and make them a bit more, you know, pavement-like, and get signs going into the hospital and all that sort of business. So did that sort of stuff, and you can see here I have totally rejigged these rooms. So I've put all the emergency rooms together here, so that we could keep neurology, because neurology, of course, we have one here and one here, and I think it's best to keep these rooms together, because it's now allowed for them to have their waiting area all together, you know, so nothing is split up. It works that way. And then you can see that we've got a little sign here, so they know which waiting room department that they are on. I got rid of the coffee machine just to make a little more space, and I've also removed, so for this main waiting area, we've got this tech, so that when a doctor is ready, this automatically calls them to the room that they need to go to. But because these waiting rooms are right outside the door, I felt that we could get rid of that tech, free up the space for another chair, and it means the doctor can just come out and call them in, because they're right outside. Unlike, you know, emergency here, it's a bit more of a pain for them to go and call them. So this is where we are at the moment. This area is currently the orthopaedy, but if we ever find that general surgery or internal medicine or the other departments are always bursting out of their waiting rooms, we can always see about swapping it out for this one. I think this should be the second busiest, because of course we've got much more room available to us. And you can see here that I have very much retained this empty room, which I have indeed turned into a corridor. This is working so much better. I've moved it down so that we could keep the orthopaedy rooms together, so they can just go over here like this. You see, I'll put more signage up here, but yeah, really quite pleased with it. And you can see as they come down here that they're heading, they know what departments they're heading into. It's yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm pretty pleased with it. Have there been any other changes before I get deep into this? There has. We've put in a second MRI machine now. This became really important. Needed to do that. And we were going to build the gift shop this episode. However, a new problem presented itself. which we need to start work on. So you can see here, I've had some changes down here. So this here is internal medicine, what is it, the sonography room for internal medicine. I've moved to here. I've made a really big toilet, but I don't think I'm going to be able to maintain this huge toilet here. I think we might have to split it into 2 rooms, have a toilet and possibly a common room, because what I discovered, of course, is that as this fills up, there'll be no common room for them to chill out in, which is a bad thing, obviously. So yes, what is going on here? Well, we were having a lot of problems with internal medicine. This procedures room can often get very big queues for it, and of course it's the treatment room. I've had to put in a 4th doctor, and I think this looks terrible. This isn't working for me, a 4th desk in here at all. The fact that we've got 1 less diagnostic room is causing problems, and the queues were getting so long for this, or are so long for this quite often, and the procedures take such a long time that we were losing patients. And while that has stopped at the moment, it could easily start again. So I've decided that this room really needs to come out of here, and it needs to be changed back into a diagnostic unit. But the question was, well, where did these go? So down here, we're going to put 2 of them in down here. So this will become internal medicine. And I'm going to make a doctor's office here for the doctors to look after this room. But for those of you that know the game, you'll know that is a flawed system, because these doctors that are in this room are the same doctors that will look after the diagnostic units but also do the treatments in this room. It's not like the surgery team where I can pull them apart and keep the surgery team in one place and keep the diagnostic doctors in a different place. No. The diagnostic doctors do these treatments. So if I was to keep the internal medicine diagnostic rooms here and keep the 2 treatment rooms downstairs, we would have these 3 doctors and the 2 doctors downstairs constantly travelling up and down between the floors to do treatments and diagnostics, because I can't control which doctors work in which room. So that's a problem. And really, the only solution, and you know what's coming, don't you? The only solution is to move internal medicine in its entirety downstairs, so that all of this becomes internal medicine. And you can imagine the nightmare that this decision has caused and is going to cause, because of course general surgery has to move, and that's much easier said than done. Well done, Judy. Judy is now 100% fine. Congratulations, you are in good nick. Well done, I'm really pleased. Right, so it's going to be a multi-part process, and we're going to do one of those parts today, and I think we've got the budget to do it. We shall find out. Now, what else has changed? I have been putting Patreon names into the game. Yes, I have. Now, I've not put everybody's name into the game at the moment because we still have a couple more departments to go, and I want to make sure that I have some Patreon names for these new departments. But yes, if you're a Patreon, your name is probably already in this game. In this series somewhere you may have a doctor named after you. Look, here's MG. Look, she is a nurse and she is currently checking patients. There she is. Another Judy. Okay, not interested today. There we go. Yes, so look, there's MG, one of my patients working on internal medicine. She's currently doing the rounds of the ward patients, or it looks like she may have just come to an end on doing that, so that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. Who else do we have on internal medicine? Look, Share Bear. Oh my god, she's at home. She works during the night time and looks to be a doctor. Looks like they are a doctor. Theodora is on. Oh look, she's one of the doctors that works in the GP part of the hospital. Look at that, Theodora. There you are. So Yes. The keen eyes need to be out there because, of course, your name you could be working in this hospital if you're a patron. And as we build the new departments, I will be absolutely sure to name them while I'm recording in the future. So yeah, that's fun. That's exciting. Which brings me actually to, I'm not actually currently in this hospital. And I've been looking at the insurances of the patients that come into this hospital because I am slowly completing objectives. Look, uninsured patients, which of course, I'm not going to get a lot of money from them. Objectives complete. That's 100% done. I've even completed all the objectives for cheapo care. Okay, and you can see here sort of how much they are worth in terms of the patients paying out after their treatment. Then we've got Liberty Y, and I've recently completed all of those objectives. I'm getting quite close to completing Quick Snap Care, and you can see 130% in payouts is pretty good. But look down here, these are new insurance companies that we're playing with here. I think from the DLC. Yeah, so we've got Overcure Incorporated. Look at this, 180%. These folks pay like a diamond standard. So I'd really like to get this open, but we have to have 9 fully working departments for this. So there's no hope of doing that anytime soon. However, because I'm keen, you see, I'm keen to get rid of these guys. And I haven't swapped them out for Cheapo Care because Cheapo Care will only send me 10 patients, whereas Uninsured will send me 26 patients and 5 emergencies. So but look, Oopsie Incorporated, great name. It says create 1 doctor with character editor in hiring card. So we can unlock the Oopsie Incorporated insurance, which is 145%. So we could drop the uninsured and go for this one. And I've never created a character in Project Hospital before. I believe this is one of the new features that has been put into the game during my break where I wasn't playing it. So how do we create a character? Well, it said in hiring card. So for that we come into management mode. What department is this? This is general surgery. So let's click on general surgery. Actually though, we can't employ. There's no. This will do here. Let's pretend we're going to employ somebody at night for here. So this is the hiring card. You see me come in here quite a lot to hire staff. But you don't have to hire staff the way that I'm doing it anymore. You could just create a character and make the perfect member of staff. Look, you can even select the perks that you want, including the bad ones. So you can make a terrible member of staff. Look all the things that we can edit here. So I thought it'd be really great to make me, Blarla, as best we can. I mean, we can hit random, but yeah, I thought we might create a new character. So I'm going to go female. The age is fine. Let's go with hair. Oh, interesting. I don't know if any of them scream Blarla. That's probably the closest, isn't it? It's possibly the closest. The ponytail's quite appealing as well. I don't know. Quite like that one, to be honest. I might go with that, you know. Hair and beard tones. Ooh, shall we give Blarla a beard? Eyes. Now, Blarla has blue eyes. Oh. And I don't really wear a lot of makeup either. God, this is doing my eyes in. Trying to look at her. It's making me squint. It's making my eyeballs hurt. It's making my eyeballs hurt. We might go with that. Nose. Oh. Might go with that. Lips. That's quite nice, actually. Yeah, I think I quite like that. Wrinkles. Give her wrinkles. Let's go like that. Let's do that. Accessories. Oh, glasses. Oh. I don't wear glasses that often. I have glasses. I'm supposed to wear them when I use the computer, but I very rarely do. I'm a terrible, terrible person. Right. Name, Blarla. And surname. Oh, Button. There we go. Okay, occupation. Ooh. Oh. Can I... Am I level... Can I not change this? You can only be doctors. I guess that's... Maybe they'll change this one day. I don't know. But it seems like doctors is the only thing that we can be. And a resident, I guess, being... we'll have to level up. That's absolutely fine. What kind of doctor do I want to be? I think, given that I enjoy the diagnostic process so much, we should go for diagnostics. So, let's see here. Does not cause discomfort during examinations. I think I might take that perk. And this one as well. Extra talent for diagnosis, or 20% bonus experience to diagnosis skill after successful... No. I think we'll go with this one. Cool, that's a colour, isn't it? Oh, can I have more? I probably could. I'm a slow learner in real life. So, you know, there we are. Look at it. It's actually 10,000 doubloons to employ. Wow. So, to give you an idea, we have all of these available right now, and I can click on and just employ them. If I didn't like any of these, I could click this button here, find new candidates for 2,500, and it would refresh all these. And then sometimes, like this one, there's a hidden perk here. And there's 2 hidden perks here. Now, you can go ahead and hire them, not knowing what these perks are, but for all you know, you could be an alcoholic. So if you want to see these perks before hiring, you can then press this, and it reveals the hidden perks for an additional 1,000. So, you know, I have 4 of them available to me for 3,500, you know, minimum. You know, but like this person here, hard worker, no hidden perks, just straight up can employ them. Do you know what I mean? But this is cool. I do like this. So we're going to create them. Insurance company. Oh, I just got a Steam achievement as well. That feels good. Oopsie. Can be contracted. Excellent. So insurance management. So we are now going to get rid of the uninsured, because we can only have 3. We can only use contract 3 of these insurance companies. So we're going to get rid of the uninsured now, and we're going to go for oopsie incorporated. Oh, it's in colour. Look at it, beautiful colour. What does this say? So it says they're going to start sending us 10 patients. So we have dropped, instead of getting 26 patients walking into the clinic each day, we're now only going to get 10. And we were getting 5 emergency patients from here. We're now going to get none. That's okay, because each time we pass a new bonus objective, this will increase, which is what we want. What's this first bonus? This is 1 out of 11. Reach controlled doctor's rating 80%. Okay. Reach controlled doctor's rating. Oh, I think we're going to have to use doctor mode for this. 500 experience points for all player created. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, did I employ... Yeah, look. So I work the night shift, apparently. Let's mark me as favourite. I wanted to have all the Patreons marked as favourite so that we could check on any of them whenever we wanted, but the game was like, no, that's far too many. So, sad times, everybody, sad times. So, I have a doctor rating of 50% because I've done NAFL so far. So, I guess we'll wait till night time then. And do something with her. Although we might not have time today. We might have to do it in the next episode, because we really need to start making headway on this, because this is going to take time. We're going to have to wait for these departments to empty and stuff like that. So, general surgery. I can't believe it won't be on the ground floor any longer. It means we're going to have to break out into this space. Can you believe it? So what we're going to do, this is going to stay here. You can't just move these, because any piece of equipment that's in use can't be moved, which is pretty much all these, every computer, desk, chair, you know, the stretcher's gone, beds that are in use. I mean, just nightmare. So we're going to have to, whether we like it or not, come into build mode. And yeah, we're in prefabs, and we're going to copy all of this. I'm going to copy all of that. This is going to be expensive. And then we're going to come up here, and we need to paste it straight into there. Wait for it. Chug, 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 chug. There it is. Whee. 142,000. That's all. That's all that was. Okay. Alrighty. And then next is this little area here. We're going to grab all this. Copy. Gonna pop up here. And we're going to pop it in there. So we're not moving the department. We are creating a brand new one, and it is extremely expensive. We got our little janitor's closet here. Boom. There it is. So general surgery is now here. Now the next thing we need to do is staff it. So all the staff that is down here, one by one, I have to move them upstairs. And there we go. As easy as that. I've done it. So now, if we come back to play, what's going to happen? Oh, something else that we should do as well on this old department is close all these rooms down. So it's going to bust everything. Yeah, see, patient room is broken. We're going to get that. Because all the patients that are now on this ward need to be moved upstairs. Needs to be moved up to here. So the nurses that work on general surgery are about to have themselves a very unpleasant day, because they are now going to have to move all of these patients. No easy task. We're going to keep getting patient's room has been broken. So this will take a while for this process to go through. You know, there's not much that we can do about that really, other than just let it do its thing. I might just wait for the worst of these messages though to pass, so that we don't keep getting interrupted. I think the majority of the messages are over, and as you can see, the nurses are now pouring in. Oh, what on earth? They're all just coming out the end here. Does nothing have a collision on it in this game? This has been working a treat, but I guess at this point the game has just sort of said, well, you know what? F you. Where are they going? To this lift. This lift over this lift. Right, okay. Sure. Great. That's great. So we can see they've also taken some stretchers from up here as well. As they move them upstairs. Yeah, so that'll be really great. Getting general surgery moved is a great first step. So I think what we might do is wait for night time and see Blarla Button through her first shift. Nighttime has arrived and Blarla is coming into work. I'm also keeping an eye on a critical patient at the moment. So you might be wondering what it means. Reach controlled doctor's rating of 80%. Well, Doctor Mode is one of the new free updates. It's not that new now. Is a free update that you can get. You do have to go out of your way to actually download this free DLC. But when you do, you'll get access to all of this business. So what we'd like to do is we would like to control this doctor. Let's go to general surgery, Dr. Blarla Button. So what this means is that any patients that she gets, and we can't see her because of this clock. Could this clock be positioned any more poorly? It won't. Oh yeah, look, it'll go there. That's going to be better. Yes. So, any patients that she will come up here, and we now control everything that she's doing. We are this doctor. Look at the state of this floor. General surgery has been a bit all over the place today, so we shall let them off. She's instantly got free time, and she's going to go and get a snack. So we shall wait until she gets her first patient. So not a single patient came in to general surgery in the night shift. So I've moved Blarla to the day shift, and we can see here she has her first patient. Who have we got here? Karen Thomas. So the objective here, in order to do this, is we can see that Blarla's doctor rating is currently 50%. So we need to look after these patients well enough in order to increase that to 80% while we've got Blarla under controlled doctors here. That is the plan. So we have to look after these patients completely on our own. So we can see here that we have weight loss, excessive flatulence, lovely, and diarrhea. And we can see here that these are the possible diagnoses that we can pop down, but we don't know which one it is. Let's start with a physical examination. That might be good. Start with a physical. That's always a nice place to start. Well, I mean, the interview was a good place to start. It meant that we found these symptoms and were able to whittle it down to these 4 possible diagnoses. But now we're going to do our physical and see what that finds. Ah, look. So we've got some tenderness here that we've managed to find from the physical. So we've now got it down to these 2. Look at this. So we could do a blood test. So what I'm looking at here is these are the symptoms that are most commonly known to go with this diagnosis, and the same here. And so the ones in red are the symptoms that we've discovered, and these are the ones that we have not. Now there's nothing really awful here, nothing here that would make her crash or anything like that. So there's nothing here that I need to find urgently other than discovering which one it is. So for this one, irritable bowel syndrome, a blood test would help us get that answer. With this one, a microbial cultivation. So lab work is what's going to help us find this one. Now, this is probably where I would normally do a differential diagnosis. But Blarla, of course, is a resident, and she can't do that. She doesn't have the skills, the training. So getting the training room, which is part of the new services DLC built soon, would be great to help Blarla jump along with this. So what we're going to do is order a blood test and a microbial. What we're also going to do, she's got a little bit of discomfort here. So what I might do is give her some of these painkillers, which give her a positive boost, making her more comfortable. You see this? And now we've got it up to 4 stars, which is important because the more comfortable and happy our patients are, the better rating we'll get as a doctor. So fast prescribing, it was really great. She's comfortable. She likes the environment. The wait was short. So as we can see here, Blarla is now prescribing the painkillers. And then I'm assuming that she will take these here. These samples, yeah. Look, so she's saying, please come back to the bed so that we can take these samples for the lab. We're gonna prick her with a needle. Here we go. Then we go, ow. Yep. Ow. But what's good is that Blarla has this does not cause discomfort during examinations, so we should be able to keep Karen here pretty happy, even with something like taking blood, which causes medium discomfort, it says down there, so that's absolutely fantastic. Next up, the microbial sampling. Oh, she's gone to wash her hands. There's a sink right here, Bee. But sure, okay, it's fine. Now to get the microbial sampling. What kind of, I mean, again, I don't yeah, low discomfort on getting that. But again, of course, Blarla doesn't cause any discomfort. So, you know, that's pretty grand. There we go. And Karen is now off, I presume, to go to the waiting room of the labs upstairs. I favourited her so that we can see how she progresses. Now, I went to the emergency department and I've sent a load of them to general surgery. Because I can't help... breaking news. Because I can't help but notice that it does say last 20 patients. So I'm going to try and a lot of these will be very simple. Probably not even general surgery patients. So I'm going to smash through these and see if we can get a result on Karen before the end of the episode. Oh, blimey. There it is. Turns out we didn't need 20 of them at all. No, look, my doctor rating just went straight up to 97%. All that happened, this one gentleman came in, Christopher Martin. We interviewed him. We found out he had insomnia. I prescribed him sleeping pills and sent him home. That was all I did, and we did it. Objective for insurance company has been completed. Reach controlled doctor's rating of 80%. So we got 500 experience points for all player created characters. I have to say, I'm kind of enjoying this doctor mode, but I think we will, while I smash through these patients, I think we will wait to see what's happening with Karen Thomas before we call it for the day. Lab procedures have come back for Karen. Look at that. So we've discovered she has irritable bowel syndrome. Okay, not nice at all. So I believe that Karen will make her way back to here. It'd be really nice if she came to see Blarla again. That would be really, really great. Here we are. Karen Thomas is back in the department looking to see Blarla, who's just calling her in. Now, there's not much we can do with this particular situation other than recommend a diet modification. Unfortunately, there's not much else that we can do. But there we are. We've recommended it and we are now going to send her home. She is all... well, as good as we can make her, unfortunately, but at least diagnosed and it can be managed. There we are. Blarla's managed to deal with a few patients throughout the course of the day, but it's been a really nice taste of controlled doctors, and I've enjoyed it. And I definitely think that it's worth us doing more of this in the future, not just with Blarla, but we could also do this with some of the Patreon characters as well, eh? I think that could be quite a lot of fun. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you to all my Patreons for their continued support.